All right, my friends, welcome back. This is going to be part 121 of my presentation on the flood in Noah's Ark. And guys, we are going to finalize the Ararat location with this video here. And the next one, we're going to get into Ron Wyatt's location that's down in the valley. And if you'll notice on the screen here, this is Fernand Navarra and his son, Raphael. And he wrote a book entitled Noah's Ark, I Touched It. Noah's Ark, I Touched It, back in 1974. And I do have that book in my library. And this is what he's saying. Ararat is a volcano whose rocks are lava, basalts, and trachytes, now in ridges, now in organ pipes, or huge blocks. There were 5 separate expeditions involving Fernand Navarra. The first one was in 1952. An object was photographed by Fernand. And this is that object. And it seems to be somewhat in the ice there, ice and snow. Several dark timber-like objects seen encased in ice. And I got a question mark there, pieces of the ark. And this was back again in 1952. And then the second expedition was in 1953. It was aborted due to extreme fatigue and faintness. The third expedition in 1955, Fernand's 11-year-old son accompanied him. A 5-foot piece of wood was retrieved from the 1952 photoed site. And so for the site was, he actually got some wood. And there's that site there, and it shows him crawling down in it, and his son is holding the camera. And this here is in the book here, I guess, where he went down. He went down into this area, and I guess there was just a whole bunch of debris, wood and stuff. And so he went down and actually hacked out a piece of wood and brought it back up. And that's the wood there. That's the wood there, and his son is standing next to it. And so he chopped it up, or they cut it up, and these are photographs of that. Here's some more photographs. And the fourth expedition, in 1968, was cut short. Fernand injured his foot. Fernand escorted the search foundation to the site. The original site was found, but no excavation had started. The fifth expedition, 1969, Fernand escorts the search foundation. Wood was obtained. And here is the photographs of the fifth expedition up there. And this is some of the wood that was obtained by them. And the documentation on the wood testing. More mysterious, this is what Fernand Navarra says. More mysterious is the question of the material used for building the ark. The wood fragment I brought back from Mount Ararat has been identified by experts as a kind of oak. But this may be only part of the framework of the ark, and not of the walls or the roof. The material is expressly named in Genesis is gopher wood, which a dictionary defines as unidentified wood used for building the ark. Now, Dr. Baugh was interviewed on Andrew Womack's Gospel of Truth. I actually recorded that off the television, and that was back in 2012. And I recorded that and put that on a CD. So I actually have this this interview here, and it may be on YouTube, guys. If I can find this interview, I'm just wanting to say, because as Andrew Womack was putting a number of his programs on YouTube, and so if I'm able to find a link to a video that he did. I'll put that in the description below, but I do have this. I did record it off the television, and I have it. But Andrew Womack interviewed Dr. Carl Baugh, and Dr. Carl Baugh actually showed some of this wood that was obtained from the 1969 research team that Navarro had been a part of. And wood was obtained by Bud Crawford. And he said that this piece is at the Creation Evidence Museum. The Creation Evidence Museum. The laboratory testing showed it was pitched with resin throughout. It was actually saturated, is what he's saying. Is what he's saying there. And so quite remarkable. And the Cairo, on documentation on the wood testing, the Cairo Museum in Egypt stated that the wood was 4,000 to 6,000 years old. The Forestry Institute and Research and Experiments in Madrid in Spain said that the wood was around 5,000 years old. And the University of Bordeaux in France, Faculty of Sciences, Department of Anthropology and Prehistoric Studies, says that remote antiquity, before 476 AD. And believe it or not, guys, that's it. I'm looking at the time there. I haven't hit 8 minutes yet. And so I probably should have split the previous video into this video. And so, but you know, whenever I go to put these slides together, and well, originally when I put these slides together, I've had these slides for some time, I go to kind of break them up into topical areas, and sometimes I go well above the time limit I want, and then others I end up going well below. And so it just how things flow. And so you never know. But I'm looking at my slides here, and guys, we're going to start getting into the valley, down in the valley, Ron Wyatt's location, or at least the location that was made famous by Ron Wyatt. And so, but guys, as far as the Ararat, the location on Ararat, you know, is it there? What do you think? And so I've got you some links in the description below that you guys can look at from Bill CROUSE. Hopefully I've got you some other links that you can go to. If I was able to find anything from Andrew Womack, then I'll have that below also. But guys, it's just, you know, I'm fatigued. I'm fatigued with information that I have gathered. You know, it just seems to be, you know, it's most of the information that I have is old information. It's old. There's nothing current that I have. I do know that there is a group that is studying Ron Wyatt's location presently, and I'm going to share that information with you. And they are confident. They have Noah's Ark. And so, but there again, you know, there are problems with it. There are problems with that site, and we're going to talk about that. But other than that, guys, just chew on this information. And when we come back together, we're going to finalize this whole topic of the locations with the location down in the valley. All right, you guys take care. I love you. Bye-bye.